Yeah, able to see my screen?
Yes.
Okay. Okay. Now we are going to see about the, so last class we have seen about the server creations. Okay. So next, types of instances, types of instance types. Instance types, volumes, EBS, snapshots. Next, NFS or EFS. Okay, so EC2 completely deals with your server creation and what is your RAM selection, what is your type of instance you want to choose it. So based upon the application domain, we need to choose the instance type. So we have like reserved instances, on-demand instances, spot instances. Okay, dedicated hosts are there. That are the things. So volumes are nothing but your completely deals with your storage. Okay, so single volume we can attach to the single server at a time, and both the volume and the server should be in the same availability zone. So then only we can attach the volume. So if you want to have one volume, if we are creating in another availability zone, so we need to convert to the snapshot. From the snapshot, we can create a volume. From that volume, we can attach to the server. Okay, so snapshots are backup of your volumes. Okay, so as we told, single volume to single server at a time. Okay, so these things we need to remember it, and both volume and server should be in same availability zone. So these are the concepts we have seen in the last class, and we have seen about the security groups, key pairs. Okay, so key pairs are nothing but connectivity to the server. Like if you want to connect to a server, we don't have username and password for the Linux servers. So we need to go with a key pair only. Okay. So two files are there. One is public file and private file. So public will be available inside the server, and private we are going to download it. So when both the keys are matching, both public and private key matching, then only we are able to log into the server. So single key pair we can use for multiple servers. We can use for multiple servers. Okay, so next security groups, we have inbound and outbound rules. What is the inbound and outbound rules? So everything network rules. Okay, so blacklisting something. These keywords, if you are seeing in the real-time scenario, so if you want to do the blacklisting, means nothing but blocking. Okay, so defaultly security groups all are blocked. Blocked means so everything except if you are going for the Linux machine, 2042 is enabled it. So for Windows machine, 3389. So this is RDP connection is enabled it. So for Linux machine, we have SSH port is enabled. Okay, so these two ports are enabled for different type of operating systems. Apart from these two, if you want to give permissions to anybody, so we need to go with the security group. If you are not able to access the server, if application is not running, anything happen related to networking, if you are not connecting to your system or friend system or one system to another system, if you are not connecting means, so everything it will be like you don't have permissions. Access related things, all the things we can have in the inbound rule and outbound rule. Inbound is nothing but which port you want to enable it and which IP you want to give access. All the things we can define on the inbound. So defaultly at the security groups, all are blocked. And if you want to give the permissions wins, so we need to go to the security group, which port you want to enable it. For example, our application is running on the 8080 port. So 8080 port, if we enable in the server, then only we can access the application if everything goes well. Okay, and which IP address you want to give it? So if you have the client system IP address, if they give the particular IP address range means that particular IP address range, we need to add it. Okay. So for particular server, 80 port, only few systems you want to give the access. All the things system related access and ports enabling in the server can be done under the security groups. Okay. So next thing is we have IPs. One is public, private, elastic. Okay. So when it comes to the public, in order to connect from your any person who is traveling anywhere, any geographic location you take it. So if you want to connect it from outside of your network, we can go with public. So private is within the organization, within the AWS account, within the AWS server only, we can connect it. So when it comes to the elastic IP, so public IP, when you restart the server, our new public IP will come. How many times you restart the server? New public IP will come. We can't give the client same different IPs of your application URL. So in order to have a static IP for your system, instead of having a dynamic IPs, so the IP address is fixed. As you restart n number of times, so your IP is fixed. In that cases, we will go with elastic IP. Okay. So these are the concepts we have seen till now in the EC2. Okay. So everything, each and everything topic is an interview question only. Ports, security groups, public IP, private IP, elastic IP, volumes, snapshots, NFS, EFS. Okay. Everything it's a EF. Okay. So NFS, if you talk about the NFS part, shared volume. Okay. 3 or 4 servers you take it. That data, if you want to share across multiple servers. One data, one server, if you want to share to another data server. So there will be a shared volume is there. So we can create a mount path in particular server and we can link up that mount path with the file system server. So then we have a shared volume. Okay. So in the last example, we have created the NFS and we have created 3 servers and data will be shared across multiple servers. So if you are writing a data to a particular server in a particular mount path, so the data will be copied to your NFS server and from there. So if you are linking with other server, so it will be shared volume. If you delete something in this server, it will be automatically reflected in all the servers. So that we are going to call it as a shared volume. Shared volume means nothing but same data. If you want to, if you are putting any logs in one server, so that logs, if you remove the server also, our data will be available in this shared volume. Okay. So that's the reason network file system or elastic file system, they will go with for shared volume. Okay. So interview question, single volume, single server is fine. If you want to share multiple volumes, multiple servers with data, I want to store in single volume means, then we will go with EFS and NFS. Okay. So these are the concepts we have covered till now in the EC2 with examples. So if you have any doubts, any questions while exploring or while practicing anything, you can ask me. Otherwise, we'll go with the next topic. Any questions, guys?
Sir, is it possible to connect with a private IP with the server?
Yeah, we can connect to the private IP. So first, if you want to connect to the private IP, what we will do? So we will first connect with public. From their public, we will connect to the private. Directly private, we can't connect it. Okay. So from public, we will connect it. First, this public server will connect it. From there, we will connect to your private servers.
But same should be the same server should be in the same network.
Same network. So these 2 servers are in the same network. So this is my laptop. From my system, I can't directly connect to your private server. If this is a private server. This is your private server and this is public server. Okay. So this is my local machine. Means my laptop or desktop if you take it. So if you want to connect to a private server, directly we can't connect to a private server from a local machine. It will not allow. If you take the private IP address, if you do the SSH to the private server, you will get the connection refused, connection timed out. This type of machines will get it because directly from your local server to the private server will not connect it. So if you want to connect to the server from local machine, first we need to connect to the public server. So we are into the AWS network. From this network, so from here again we will do the SSH. From SSH again we can connect to the private servers. Okay, so directly we can't connect to the private servers. So we will connect to the public server first. From the public server, we will connect to the private server. So I will show this example to you when it comes to the VPC section. Okay, so public IP, private IP, I will show cover in the VPC.
Okay, sir.
Okay, so don't worry about the connectivity, private and public. So I will show you. Okay, so how IP address and everything, networking communications, how we are doing it. So we'll cover in the VPC part. Okay, so next we are discussing about the servers. So next important concept is load balancers. So what is meant by load balancers? So without this question, I think there will be no interview questions. Okay, so what is load balancers? Have you worked on the load balancers? Okay, so what is meant by load balancer is nothing but the terminology itself is handling it. Okay, so for example, this is your application URL. You take any URL, www.gmail.com, or any take you will take in the browser. Okay, so when you go to the browser, when you're typing any IP address in the request, so 24/7, you log in at any time. Gmail.com if you type it, Flipkart.com or Google.com, anything you type it from the browser anytime, 24/7, the application is running. Okay, so if you take Gmail, Google, Flipkart, Amazon, these are called as applications only. It may be any programming language, how they are developing this doesn't matter. So it is a one kind of application, e-commerce application, right? So they are deploying application and they're exposing their application to the outside the world. Means outside the world means, so if you are able to access that application from your system or your mobile apps, means they are exposing their application to the outside. So I'm not part of the team Flipkart, I'm not part of the Gmail team, I'm not part of the Google team, but still I'm able to access their application because so that application is exposed to the outside the world. Okay, so in order to this kind of a functionality, gmail.com or google.com or flipkart.com, amazon.com, anything you take in the browser, so they are following the load balancer mechanism. Okay, so they will create one load balancer. Inside the load balancer, so they have a n number of servers are available. So these are the servers, and each server, this Gmail is there. So the Gmail application they will deploy here. So these servers are n number of servers you are using in the load balancer. These servers are identical servers. Identical servers is nothing but, so identical means only the IP address will be different. Remaining all the configurations in all the servers should be same. For example, you are installing Java, .NET, PHP, MySQL, and some folder structure environment where we set up. You are doing anything activity in this server. So if you are doing any activity in this server, same activity should be done. So means all the servers in the load balancer should be identical servers. Every server should have the same kind of a configurations. Only the identity of the server is how we have the identity, PAN card, Aadhaar card. Same for the server, we have the identity is IP address. Okay, this server will have unique IP address, this server will have unique, this server will have unique IP address. Okay, so if you are typing from the browser, google.com or gmail.com, flipkart.com, amazon.com, anything you type it. So this is also their application deployed into the multiple servers. So when you are sending any request from the user, end users will be going to the browser there. Okay, when you are typing any request, so the request will goes to the load balancer, any one of the server which is present in here. But front end, you will get the response, you will see it. But the backend part, so they are maintaining the load balancer and the request will goes to any one of the servers which are present in the same kind of application. Okay, not only this one, so it will go with any resources, any system which is available in the load balancer group. Okay, so the request will goes to any one of the server. So it will be give the response back and we can see the thing in the thing. But front end, we will type it, we will explore things, we will close it. Okay, So this one, identical servers. How to do this kind of a setup? Even if the server goes down, if this server having some hardware or software failure happen, okay, so our application will not be down. The request will goes to the remaining servers. So the health status, we are going to call it as health check. Okay, so there will be certain time will be there if we are sending the request. So if you are not getting the response properly, 200. So the health status of the server is not good. Then it will not send any request to that server. If the health status of the server is not good means, so if you are getting the, if you are sending the request to the server, if you are getting the response from the server means it's good. If you are not getting response for certain period, you have sent 5 requests. Out of 5 requests, you are getting 3 requests as a no response. Means it will consider that the health status of the server is not good. So it will not send the request to the server. So it will send the request to the other server. So meanwhile, we'll put some alert mechanisms in the server. So there is something failure or anything happen. So we will fix this server. Again, we'll attach the server to the load balancer. Okay. So the question here is, for example, 10 people are accessing per minute. Per second, you take it. Per second, we are getting 10 requests. So this server can handle based upon your system requirements, like hardware, RAM, storage, everything we consider as a server. So each server can handle only 1000 requests at a time. Means per second, it can handle only 1000 requests. This server can handle 1000 requests, 1000, like that. Okay. So based upon the number of users are accessing the application, so the request will be forwarding to your servers. 1 lakh request we got it. Per second, we are getting 1 lakh request. So this application may be accessed around the India. If you take it, Flipkart, Amazon, you take it. So a lot of people are accessing the application. Each person, like it is a system or mobile, anything you take it, it is considered as a one request. Right? So a lot of people are accessing. So each considered as a request. So the request will goes to a number of servers. So if this server is handling only 1000 requests, so 1001 request, it goes to here. 2000 requests, it happen 3000, 4000, 5000, 6000, 7000, 8000. 9000 requests came. They will start adding one more server. 10,000 requests come, one more server. 11,000, 12,000, 13,000. So they keep on adding it. So adding and removing this, we are going to call it as a scaling. So there is a 2 concepts are available. One is vertical scaling, another is horizontal scaling. So vertical scaling is nothing but doing upgradations in the same server. Upgrade your server is vertical. Horizontal is nothing but I don't want to upgrade. I will add one more identical server with same configurations. Okay, so vertical scaling is nothing but I want to maintain with 10 servers only. I don't want to go with 11 server. Suppose here RAM is 16 GB. I will upgrade to the 32 GB. Storage is 5000 GB. I will upgrade to 10,000 GB. Same thing here also. Same, I want to maintain with 10 servers. So if you are not able to handle the request here, so same server, if you want to do the upgradations, means that upgradations we are going to call it as a vertically scaling the server. Scaling is nothing but adding or removing. Adding is nothing but upgrading your server, changing from something like 8 GB is there. You can upgrade from 8 GB to 16 GB. Still the performance is going down. We can upgrade to 30 GB. Like that. So performance is not good. We are not getting the performance is very low. So what we will do? We will do the vertical scaling. I don't want to go with vertical scaling means I don't want to disturb the existing server. So don't want to upgrade the server. So we are going to add one more new server to the thing. So this is 8 GB system. This is also 8 GB system. Instead of making the 16 GB, I can have the same one more server with 8 GB. So if this system also performance is not good, we will keep on adding the servers. So adding the servers to the target groups, load balancer groups, removing the servers. So based upon the performance the performance of the system is not good, then we will add or remove servers from group. So this concept we are going to call as a auto scaling. Auto scaling is nothing but adding the servers and removing the servers automatically should happen. So based upon certain condition is there. So how we are handling it? So this server performance is low. How we are handling means, so we have for every system we have a RAM means CPU. Load will, if load is increasing and the system is nothing but CPU will be there. So how much CPU is consuming your system? Either it is consuming 70%, 90% consuming CPU. All the things we need to calculate it. So if the server is reaching to the CPU utilization is happening to the 90%, so we'll that there is a lot of load on the system. So what we will do? So in order to decrease some load on the server, so we will add one more server. So the load will be shared across one more server, then CPU load will be decreased in this server. Okay. So these type of concepts we can do in the load balancing and auto scaling. Okay. These are the two things we are handling: the load on the servers, our application deployments, our application load is handling it. How can we add the new servers? How can we remove the server? How can we adjust the server groups? All the things we can see in the load balancing and auto scaling. Okay. So load balancing, we have 4 types are there. So one is classic, ALB or ELB, network. 4th one we have gateway. Okay, so these are the types of load balancer. So this is also one of the important entry question. Okay, so what is load balancer? Balancing the load of the servers. So for example, if you take the Flipkart or Gmail application, if you are sending the request to the server or the application URL, so how the requests are handled by the multiple servers and how the load is equally distributed across the server in the load balancer, that we are going to handle at the load balancer level. So auto scaling is nothing but scaling keyword, if you are seeing anywhere, means adding or removing. Okay, adding servers and removing servers based upon metrics. Metrics is nothing but the CPU of the server is reaching to 80%, or if you want to go with a scheduled based, or if you want to go with scaling policies. Okay, so those things we will do in the auto scaling. Okay, scaling is something means adding or removing your servers. Okay, so next load balancer, we have 4 types of load balancer there. Classic is the first one, and this is a old, nobody using currently. Okay, so application load balancer, if you want to expose your application HTTP or HTTPS, then we will go with ALB or LLB. So if you want to have a more performance of your system or application, then we'll go with ALB. So it will be working on the protocol TCP and UDP protocol. Okay, so next gateway is nothing but client. So not only your AWS network, so if you want to give access to your client network, okay, so gateway load balancer will be chosen. Client to connect to the AWS network, then we will go with gateway. So this we can't do the testing because we don't have any client IP address, client network URL will not have it. So we will see the theoretical part of this one. Okay, so now if you come to the, okay, so we forget to see how custom MEs, right? So we have teached about the custom MEs. Custom MEs, we have seen the concept. Okay, so what is meant by custom API? I think this concept we have missed it. Okay, so when you join your organization, like, so once you open your system, defaultly some software comes with you. Okay, so when system is allocated for you, all your teammates, if you are Java development, means no need to request the Java software. So when you join your organization, when you open your system, some predefined software comes with you, right? Java, something Notepad, Microsoft products, everything that comes with your system allocating for you. But how this happening? Okay, for example, this is my one system. I'm launching it. So say Windows. Okay, so go to the Windows. I will go with a little bit big 8 GB only because keep it. So if you want to create your own AMIs, AMI is nothing but custom AMI, how we are going to create it. Okay, custom AMI is nothing but if your teammate using Java software, Microsoft product, everything. So if you are giving the server to your entire team, okay. So if you are giving so this is your system. So when your system having a predefined softwares for you, so Java is already there, Notepad is there, same Microsoft products. Everything comes with your system only. Then once they give the system credentials for you, once you log into the system, so why these default products are comes along with you. Okay, but as per the concept of AWS, we are getting the plain server. But all your teammates, whenever a new person is joining your team or old person, any person you take it. So, but for certain systems, we have a predefined software that comes along with your system. Okay, so how we are going to, because why we are giving this Java is nothing but, so if we are downloading, we are downloading with specific version. We don't want to go with a specific version. So all the teammates should have the same kind of a version we want it. So they don't want to do the manual interaction. Somebody will go with 1.7, somebody will go with 1.10, 17 version, 11 version, they will go it. So we don't want to go with teammates with specific kind of a version. All the systems should have the same kind of a version should be having. So identical, every person which are working in the team, which are having a different servers, different developers should have the same kind of a version should be required. So in that cases, what we will do, so we were going to launch the servers with custom AMIs. Okay, so custom AMI, if somebody is dealing with, so we have developed this AMI. Okay, so when you are start exploring the instances, so these AMIs are provided by AWS. So if you want to launch Ubuntu means, so this is the AMI ID. Right? So I don't want to go with the AWS provided AMIs. I want to go with my custom AMI. So in order to go with custom AMI, what we will do? So we are developing our own AMI. So all the systems, if you are tell that, so if you are creating a server, don't go with AWS provided AMI. So I will provide the AMI details for you. Just create a server from this AMI for all your teammates. So in that cases, what we can do? So we can go to the instances. So first we'll launch one server here. So this server is up and running. Just click the server. Click on connect. RDP client, download it, get password, upload private key. Keys, decrypt it, get the password, double click. Connect. So this is a plain Windows server I'm taking now. Okay, so now this is a plain server I'm taking. So here I'm creating some files here. Okay, so now I'm doing copy. Okay, so if you take this system, I have these many number of files are available in this system. So I have started working in this server. So if you want to set up any servers like Java software should be set up here, So everything setup we will do in this server itself. Specific version you want to do it means, so you can set up any software, Microsoft products or Java, anything you want it. So we will do in this server. For example, for us, I'm doing like, so at the desktop, I'm having these many important files are there. For example, only, so these many files are there. So this server is a plain server. I have start exploring and I will do the work, Java software installation, .NET, anything you take it. So you can create a server, you can set up the entire server here. So first server, we will take the server setup, we will do it. So next time what we will do, so this server, everything configurations is done. Okay, so now in this server, I have created a lot of files. Desktop, you take it. At the desktop is my custom server. So this plain server I have created almost 103 files I have created it. So I will close this server. So if you want to set up the Java software, Microsoft products, everything you will do it. So you can start doing manual works here. You can set up the everything server here. So this server, identical server, I want to give for the entire teammates. Okay, so this server access, I will not give it. So I will create a custom AMI from it. So I will close this server. So whatever the server is there, so click here. So once you go in the AMI sections, images, so we go AMIs. So we don't have any AMIs here. So what are the server is there? Once you work to the actions, so we go to the, so here we have the option called create image. At the attach, create image is there. So what is your image name? Okay, so this is for which team we want to provide is something. That's it. Okay, so just go and here, click on create image. Okay, so once you see here, this is the AMI ID is the custom image. So first we'll take one plain server. So what are the work you wanted? Default things which are required for your teammates. All the things we'll do in first one server, Java, .NET, anything. Pre-request is for any teammates if you want to do it. So all the work we will do in this server. So once you do the activities in the server, same server you want to provide to all the teammates. What we will do? So from this server, we will create an AMI. Okay. So once this AMI is available, status is pending. So once this is available here, so we can start creating not AWS servers. We can use the AWS AMIs. So we can go with our custom AMIs. Okay. So once this is available state, so if you want to explore others also, other AMIs, so this is owned by me and owned by me option is there. So what are the account ID related AMIs? We can see by owned by AMI. If you want to see other AMIs also, private images, public images are there. So if you go for the public images, you can see how many public images are. So public also the people who are really interested to provide their own AMIs. So if you want to explore something, we can go with public images also. But these are not trusted one. Don't go with public one. Okay. Only a lot of people in the organization, they will go with exploring things. So if you go with the private, we have only one AMI, that is ours. Okay. So public AMIs. So here you can search it. So I want to work with something like CentOS. So CentOS AMIs, you can see they will give the description for the CentOS things. So CentOS related things, they have something. So if you want to perform anything like DevOps. Okay, so solve DevOps, Nexus server. If you want to go with something already Nexus server with something DevOps related activities, they have performed this server. So what are there inside the server if you want to explore it? So from this AMI, we can create a server and we can log in. Same username, password is same. If you have the key, we can log in. So from this AMI, you can create your own key pair. We can log into the server. So just we required AMI ID to log into the server, right? So we don't have to get the key pair file. So if you have the AMI, this AMI is there. We can take this AMI actions. Okay. So we can copy the AMI or EC2 image builder. We can take it or launch instance from AMI is there. So with this AMI, we can launch the instance from AMI is there. We can explore it. Okay. So don't go with public images only for training or for practice purpose, only for testing purpose. We'll go with private public one. Okay. So now this is the AMI I have created it. Still status is pending. It will take certain time. Okay, so now it is available state. So this AMI same server I want to go with another region. So we can have the option to copy AMI also. Copy the AMI. So the same AMI I want to have to other teammates which are present in different account. Same AMI I want to move to the different environment, SAT, UAT production environment I want to move it. So either we need to code regions. So if you want to move the same AMI to the different regions, so we can move the different regions. Okay, so this is the way we can copy the AMIs. Okay, so AMIs will be available in the image section. AMIs are there. Just click on the AMIs. You can see our custom AMIs here. So this is the once it is available, what we will do. So I'm removing this. I'm terminating it. Already, what are the changes I have done in this server? So we have created a custom AMI. So you can create a number of servers now. Click on the launch instances. Okay, so here recents, quick start, Miami section is there. Click on the Miami's. You can see your AMI details. AMI slash is there. So if you see C83, C83. Okay, so like that in the real-time scenarios, what they will do? So they will not go with the AWS provided AMIs. So they will go with custom AMIs. Software installation, any scripts are there, any cron jobs are running. Anything they wanted for all the things, same configuration should be available for all the development team. Same software should be there. Predefined software should come in. So first they will launch the plain server. So they will install everything manually. They will do the setup, Java installations, Notepad++, database configuration file, database setups. Okay, which are you want to start work on the project. All the predefined softwares they will install in the plain server. So from that server, they will create an AMI. So they will tell that. So while creating the server, don't choose with AWS AMI. Go with my custom AMI. They will give the AMI details for you. Okay. So now we are going to the Miami choose selection. Remaining process are same. Only the operating system is different. Remaining all the things are same. So we will go with 8 GB system. Keep it. Same thing. Only the AMI is different. Click on the launch instance. That's it. Okay. Now we got the one more server. Okay. So now this AMI, you choose it. So once you select the server, so this AMI comes under C83, which was developed by us, custom AMIs. Same thing process, only the AMI selection is different. Remaining all the processes same, instance type, key pair, storage, networking, everything is same only. But this AMI comes with some predefined things. Okay, so if you want to give same identical server for all the teammates in your team with predefined softwares, if you want to give it means, then we'll go with custom AMIs. So once you join organization, once you log into the server, so we have Java, Notepad, Microsoft products, anything project related things. If you want to start working on it, so no need to request predefined softwares. So that comes along with the server only. How we are getting means, so with the help of this custom AMI. Okay, so if they want to do the upgradations, they want to do the anything means, again they will do the upgradations. So they will create one more AMIs, custom AMIs they will provide. Okay, so updations we will do manually, we'll do it. So they will share the updated steps for you. Okay, so now once this server is ready, whether our changes are there or not, we need to check it. Okay, refresh the page. So this server we have created from the custom AMI, not from the AWS provided AMI. You can check the AMI details at the below. Okay, so AMI name, AMI. So once you start logging to the server, so we are able to see our changes, predefined changes required for the server. So what are the changes that are available in this AMI that should be available in the server? Just refresh the page. Okay, now we got the status check 2 by 2. Just will connect to the server. Already the server is got terminated. So this server we have created from the custom AMI. Just your public IP or click on the connect, RDP client, download, get password. We need to wait for some time. Refresh the page. The instance was launched from custom AMI. The default password cannot be found. So what we will do? You understood the concept, right? Guys, any doubts, any questions in this part? Custom AMIs? Still we are able to log in it. Let me check. Click on connect. Nothing we have done here. Just we have taken one server here. So in the plain server, we have installed what are the required things are there. So from this server, we are creating our custom AMI here. That's it. Okay. So instead of using same server, we are creating the custom AMI. So this AMI only will choose it for creating the new servers. So no need to manual things, we no need to do it. So all the things that comes with your custom AMI. Okay, so predefined things which are required for the server. For all the teammates, no need to request them. This software should be installed. So predefined things we will available in the custom AMI. So that's the reason we will go with custom AMIs in the real-time scenarios. Okay, even if you are doing any application deployment, anything, so entire server setup ready is there. So no need to go with a server setup again. We will go with custom AMI. So this AMI can be used for all the environments. Okay, so let us see the server is ready or not. Okay, server is ready. So click on connect, RDP, get the password right. So it will take time now. Instance one is now. So we will see tomorrow this connecting part. So we will start exploring the load balancer tomorrow, guys. Okay, fine. So try to use the same custom AMIs and try to log in it. So if you are not able to log in, tomorrow we'll see how to log in it, and we'll start with the load balancing concept. Already load balance we have explored it. Tomorrow we'll see the practical session on the load balancing. Any doubts, any questions, guys?
No.
Okay, so start practicing it. If you stuck somewhere, so we'll discuss in the tomorrow's class. Okay, bye.